chapter. It's the second meeting. I'm very surprised that we have very few members in Pune in spite of so much interest in technical analysis and trading. So today's topic is candlesticks. I guess everybody is trading in the market. So what does everybody has? Everybody uses candlestick more or less, maybe. By default now your charts are on candlestick, right? So how much you know about candlestick? How many have read Steve Nison's first book, Japanese Candlesticks by Steve Nison? Just to introduce that, Steve Nison is the person who got candlestick introduced to Western world in the late 80s. Candlestick as a subject is there in Japan since last 400 years. But it is introduced to Western world by Steve Nison in last 20-30 years. He was the first one to get candlesticks to the US and India and Western countries. So he has written 2 books on candlestick, which is Japanese Candlesticks by Steve Nison and Beyond Candlesticks by Steve Nison. Okay? And I have been trading since the age I was 16 years, so it is almost now 16, 17 years I have been trading. And now last 10 years I am using candlesticks. I thought I knew very much about candlesticks. Last 5 years I am training people on candlesticks. And recently I came across, I was just going through Steve Nison's website and I said he had something new to offer, and then I did the course with him personally. And then I found that I knew very few things about candlesticks. After using it for so many years also, and after training people on that for so many years, still there is a lot to learn. And this is the field of technical analysis, this is the field of trading where learning will never stop. And it should not stop because markets are dynamic, it will keep changing. If you have something legal, you have to go to a lawyer. But when it comes to shares, everybody is an expert. There is no official expertise or a must for every technical person who wants to do technical analysis. It gives you that benchmark. Now, if I tell I am CME, that means I know technical analysis. And that is the whole channels which are business channels which are going on right now, and there must be at least. What is the criteria? How do you believe him? He might be right or wrong, that's different. He can have 10, 20 years of experience, that is also fine. But how do you benchmark whether he is good or he is good? We have to start somewhere where at least he is CME, and then it goes as per the experience. So that culture is already there in US and UK. You cannot get a job if you are not qualified as a technical analyst. But it is not started yet here, but next 5 years it will be the thing. That if you are CMP, then only you get a job as technical analyst. If you are CMP, then only you can be allowed to come on TV and talk. Because of this unstructured environment in the market, we find everybody is an expert. And that's how then we say we blame people. I lost money because of them, I lost money because of broker, I lost money because of this and that. But who is at fault actually? When you lose money, who is at fault? Nobody else. There are 2 things only which you can do, either the profit or loss. Right? So there are 2 parts of a trade. Suppose you buy and then it makes profit or it makes loss. Suppose you buy 100 rupees. Now, whenever you buy 100 rupees or somebody tells you buy this, what is your next question?
What's the target?
What's the target? Suppose the target says 140. Right? Is that 140 anybody's control? Anybody can guarantee 140 on paper. Right? So either it can come to 140, it can go to 180 also, it can go to 500 also. So this is not in our control, which is the reward part. Right? But if it goes to 90 rupees, does anybody in the world can stop you from booking loss? Right? That means this part is always in your control, and still most people lose money. 95% people in stock market lose money. That's the statistics. I am not saying that. Across world. Why? When losses are always in your control, then how come you lose money? Then who comes in between?
Emotions.
Right. So this analysis, what we are going to learn, technical analysis, all the tools are just one part of being successful in trading. Okay? If you know candlestick, you know RSI, you know stochastic, doesn't matter. Every tool in itself is very good. It is very effective. It works like right, and then it gaps up because of overnight developments. So longs are happy, shorts are trapped. Okay. So once you are trapped, or once you lose money, then what are you looking at? Once you are losing money in a trade, what is your objective?
Stop minimize the loss.
Break even. Right. Once you lose money, you just think about break even, not even profits, or close to break even. Half of your life in stock market will go into that only. In breaking even, you get trapped and then you wait for break even. Right? So that is the psychology behind this gap. You are trapped here, then it goes up. So longs are happy, but when it starts coming down, when it comes to the support, people who got trapped gets break even, and they will cover, and then it will go up. Right? So that's the psychology behind gaps acting support or resistance. And the same thing like downside. Here people who are long also than short also. Right now we think that we all would be short only. Right? So once it opens down, shorts are happy, but longs are trapped. So once it comes back here, then you get an exit, break even, and then again it goes down. Okay? Or also it happens that at this point of time you didn't do anything because you know there is an event and it gaps up. So you missed the opportunity. So once it comes back into that area, you think that last time I missed buying this, so I would buy right now. That's how it will act as support again. So here there is short covering also, fresh longs also, and people who made money already into this, for them it is another opportunity. So they will also come now. So this is how previous supports and resistance keep working all the time, as well as the windows. Right? At every point of time there are people who are long, short, trapped, making money, or sitting on the fence. Right? So an ideal gap, what is an essential condition of a gap is to have a gap between shadows also. Okay? That is a pure gap. And there are some people or some books even suggest that the body to body is also a gap. And I also use body to body gaps at times. But if it is a pure gap, it is very good. Pure gap, that means shadows are also not overlapping. Okay? Now, once a window is filled, it loses its significance. Even this was my misconception that window will work forever.